So what we have still, we know our area of interest, again, whatever. This is at least the push, the supply zone we wanted to be interested in terms of like anywhere reversals at all. So we know, okay, this is the first time, again, price made a character, change in character after a major inducement. We had a final and last complete day for still whole price movement downwards. Finally, we had a break of change of character in Asia. Perfect Mona Lisa trade in here. Still trading away from this major inducement, or technically this major inducement, the whole play. Another Mona Lisa trade perfectly after that, right? So we're saying, okay, we're still in the middle of the whole area in here. So we know this is our valid supply zone, perfect, okay? Everything in the middle, again, is just nothing. Small buy traps whatsoever they're using for whatever Newton purpose. And as you already can see, this little push in here turns just to another smart money trap in the process, right? Again, it gives a lighter minor inducement, whatever minor reaction, and then shoop, getting induced, right? So guess what we do? Just in hindsight stuff now. I don't like to do this stuff in hindsight, but as time reasons, let's just do it anyways. So again, what we do, we know, okay, this still is trading away until we have space for the final supply zone. So again, what do they do the next very day? So we had our final last trade for the day in here. So same shit all over again. They're showing insane equal lows. Not only equal lows in here, equal quadrillion million tops, whatever, right? Perfect. So guess what? What do we have? Same shit all over again, giving smart money traps, building false break of structure. Same shit all over again. This becomes your smart money trap, right? Again, think it's always doesn't need to be low here. That's your huge liquidity area. They're faking a smart money trap, faking a break of structure, and then what a surprise! To the freaking minute gives the inducement, right? So now, of course, what we do, as always, right? If you have something like that, switching to the 1 minute, right? Where the hell are we? Something in here. So again, this is the 1 minute. Now this is your inducement, perfect. So now you're getting into perfect internal break of structure. So now this is valid because now you finally have an inducement of these huge liquidity zones, break of structure into the mitigation area, a little bit big area. It is what it is, right? So guess what? If that's too big, you're waiting for new higher highs being formed. Perfect. Into what? Into EDM trade. Hope everyone sees that. Perfect. When does it happen? Of course, magic manipulation minutes. Not to the minute, but what is it? 9 minutes? No. 8 minutes away. So technically amazing. So if that was too big, not a problem. Guess the EDM trade. Where does it happen? Day open price, mitigation after break of structure, after inducement, timing confirms. Perfect. Right? We aim at least for the smart money trap. Also 1 to 10 trade. Perfect. Switching to the 5 minute. Right? Again, makes sense. Again, this is the least target we take for the smart money trap. When does it happen? New York opens. Of course, we don't expect a reversal here. If anything, we expect a trap in New York trap time. They do it. Why would they ever reverse here in the middle of no man's land? Of course, nobody knows. So that's why you're not trading the reversal in here. Okay, that's where the day ends. Of course, it ends with, as always, London closes and getting out of the, right? So that's the only valid trade in here after perfect Mona Lisa inducement here, huge equal lows, break of structure, smart money track, false break of structure, inducement to the minute, wait for the now final legit break of structure into EDM trade. Perfect. Perfection, isn't it? Right. So next day, what do we have? Right. So guess what? We don't have an inducement low. So guess what this will become? It will become liquidity for the next day, but we don't know at this point. Of course, at this point, we just wanted to take a short position. That is a short position you should never take. Why? Alex covered it briefly. It is yesterday's high. This is the day from here to here. This is the high. Never take a limit order from these highs. Why does it give a reaction? Of course, to fake people in, right? But what do we have before that? huge liquidities, right? Where's your valid zone of mitigation? Asia midline, inducement of equal lows, speed, vector candle. That's like a retail thing they love to do sometimes to just fake. Oh yeah, support works so good. And then they give the false reaction to do what? The next day, of course, they just smash it. But if you see double lows, whatever, these double lows, you should not look for buying here. Never. Again, you look for shorts into it, but again, the only short is this. This is yesterday high. Technically not interested in that. Guess what? They induced this later. And then, of course, this is your inducement. You trade away from it. Guess what? This becomes a liquidity the next day. So it's always, they show it so easily to you all the time. Guess what? Equal lows, smart money trap, inducement, of course, trading into the liquidity, then again into the mitigation. What's the next mitigation zone? This push in here, which led to the whole scenario, right? And this is yesterday high. This becomes a smart money trap. You have your internal plays, equal lows. Next liquidity area, of course, Asia midline, demand area, build up on the 1 minute, inducement in the 1 minute, break of structure in the 1 minute, into mitigation on the 1 minute, into liquidity. They're inducing high, but before they're inducing high, they're showing me the intraday play, equal lows, vector candle, away from the smart money trap to induce people along that direction, giving you a 1 minute build up in here, into an inducement, mitigation of Asia midline to do what? Smoke the smart money trap. Perfect. Now you're having this inducement, trading away from it. So that's why you don't expect a reversal in here. You're expecting, of course, to take out the liquidity. That's why this kind of retail happens in here. And the only legit area you should look for is, of course, in here with the imbalances that led to the whole push. That mitigates it. At this point, it's really, really messy. I got to break even on that shit. But that's nothing you should really be interested in. And in terms of timing, it was just a mess. But I took this trade in here. Got to break even later, and then it moved away. It is what it is. If you know it's a smart money trap, because you have, what do you have? You have break of structures, right? You know there's liquidity there. You can trade the mitigation here for sure. You have to understand this is a smart money trap because this is yesterday's high. They're going for the liquidity, going for the mitigation, and then they take it out. So if you took this sell in here, of course you can. But then where's the target? Target should be at least here, right? So that's only 1 to 6. But again, the next legit mitigation area is Asia midline. It's down there. It's a 1 to 10. But you need to understand it. You need to close it, and then you obviously close it here. You trade the 1 minute plane here, right? And then again, you're aiming for liquidity again. The next day, of course, you're trading up the bigger picture. You're seeing, okay, smart money trap being induced. Now, of course, this becomes huge liquidity, gets smoked. Next legit demand zone gets tapped into, waiting for break of structure, extreme, getting mitigated, but it ends up a break even. This is what it is. We're moving into first day, and again, we're still having in mind, okay, technically, we're still having room to the upside, and this is not something we would really be interested in anyways. Right, so again, this is just mess, doesn't really make any impact, so that's not really something you should pull ever mitigation point out of your arse. Again, that's why you're only trading the intraday scenarios and just see what they give you. Okay, so what do they do? Perfect. First of all, again, they're building these equal lows in here. Awesome. So now already we know, okay, we could expect inducement into whatever, a valid demand zone. Awesome. So this becomes whatever. Smart money trap, they give a false reaction, right? So they give a false reaction here, whatever, a little bit tricky to see. They give a little smart money trap, so they're ready for the inducement. So they're giving the inducement in here. When does it happen? Okay, not even Frankfurt. Okay, so nothing we would be interested in. Awesome. So now we're just waiting. Okay, we're waiting for what? We're waiting for stuff that makes sense. So we see the bigger time frames in here. That's not something that makes sense, right? Again, we should not pick a random point in here and here and here, whatever. Just playing the intraday play and show what they're doing. So we're switching to the 1 minute in here, and we already see, okay, perfectly building the channel. Awesome. So we know, okay, channel building to the downside. of Asia. Inducement. Perfect. There's nothing really that makes that much sense. Other, if you really wanted to play something on supply demand areas, then the only point is again the extreme in here that led to the break in here, or the equal highs, right, on a daily basis, or this level that is now being tapped into, right, in here. So you're just going to the 1 minute and play the play. Like you see, they're giving a build up. Awesome. Okay. So what is going on here? They stayed short of the demand area. So guess what? This is your minor inducement that most likely becomes your smart money trap. That's a no-no. No-no. And what is it also? It is a lead to the upside. No, no, no. Smart money trap, only minor inducement. You're expecting another push into the demand, right? Also, the lead helps you to do it, right? And also, equilibrium points downwards. So no, no, no. No, 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 no. There you go. Now you're having build up. Perfect. Into push. When does it happen? Where's my thing? Frankfurt Open. Almost to the minute. Right? So now it makes sense. Now it taps into demand. Now we're having a channel. Now we're having our smart money trap in here. We stayed short of the mitigation. So now we're looking for break of structures into mitigation. Right? Oh, there's your break of structure. Perfect. So now what we do, we're looking for mitigation in here. Right? Or of course, if you want to take the whole demand in here, it's always depending of how much you refine it. Right? So again, this is the whole 2 candles. Again, you can't completely refine it like this. Or if you want to get tapped into, then you need to take both candles. Right? So I would put a limit here. But this one, no. Here, no, no, no. Because again, this is just a little bit way too big and way too random. In terms of daily cycle, it makes sense, but nothing I would ever place a limit on. That's why you're waiting for break of structure. Right, you're waiting for waiting for break of structure. Now into the mitigation, and obviously you aim here, 1 to 9. Okay, not too bad. So break of structure, awesome. Even gives another break of structure. Perfect. Taps in, awesome. Even almost goes to this one. Okay, there we go. Tapped into it. Awesome. So what is it? Channel, inducement of Asia, minor one, fake, smart money trap into demand, timing to the minute, into break of structure, into mitigation. Lovely. The only thing was left is mitigation. Now even equilibrium points upwards. Awesome. So we easily hold this trade until it hits Asia high. There you go. Perfect. So what's the next thing? So now also what we see, oh shit, this was quick. That was very quick. So guess what? It also could have characteristics. There we go. Asia whipsaw. Very good, Richard. Hawkeye. Right? So guess what? The push that led to the structure break in here, it's like this. The one area in here. Right? This is the push that led to the whole structure break. So we can take this demand area. So if it taps into here, that's technically good enough for a demand or supply area that could make sense for an Asia whip. So nothing would ever place a limit on, but something we would understand, okay, if this is an Asia whipsaw, what do we expect? If this is an Asia whipsaw, what do we expect, ladies and gentlemen? So there you go, tube. So where's the tube? The tube would be at least here. Right? If this whipsaw goes into a relative supply area and then tubes. But nothing would ever place a limit on. But at least we understand, okay, this was a push that had a valid area of reversals, because again, this was a push that led to the break of structure. Awesome. So now we're just waiting again for confirmations. So what do? All right, giving, oh, okay. Giving the false swatted a little bit up in here, a little bit equal highs, and then the tube. And the tube happens, funnily enough, to the fucking minute. To the fucking minute Frankfurt, to the fucking minute London. Awesome. Again, way too big. No limit order here. It's way too big. So we wait for what? We wait for break of structure. Right? So if you're getting more advanced, whatever, you're just getting in here. So if you're getting really advanced, again, what would happen next? You can enter it here. See, that's your inducement, build up, inducement, timing into the demand area and Asia whipsaw. Perfect. So that's your let confirmation. So I take these trades all the fucking time, right? I take it here, whatever, and you aim, of course, Asia whipsaw target. Only 1 to 7 because we took it a little bit late because we waited for the let. Okay. And again, the safer entry for sure is break of structure. Whereas your next area is here, right? So this technically you can play it risky like this, or you play it safe like this. So let's say whatever, I'm not sure. I fucking close this trade in here because it's way too big anyways. I run the risky way. Whatever. So I just show you some variations to the theme. You can whatever do what I just want to show you what I would do in this scenario. I would play in here and go for like a 1 to 20. It's worth it for me. Right? Because again, this is technically the demand area in here. Right? But again, whatever you want to do, you go for it. Okay. Again, technically, the more valid play is again stop above here, but that's too big. That's what I 1 to 6. I would fucking risk that. Okay. But anyways, wait for the break of structure. Perfect. False scenario. EDM confirms the little pullback thing into perfect. Hits the trade. Awesome to the tick and smashes. So what do we expect now? If it's an Asia whipsaw, is Asia whipsaw technically completed? Yes or no? So we're looking at our time and see if we saw the schematic. So we have only a few months left until Asia mitigation. Not completed. Why is it not completed? If we took out this low already. Whips, whips, whipsaw. So it only needs to take out this low and then technically we're done. And that's what just happened, right? One more buy. Exactly. We're still in this little whatever demand area. Right. So again, nothing we would ever trade off. Nothing would ever trade. We wait. Right? Nothing we would ever trade. No, we're not even interested in that shit. We're waiting. Just waiting. See, makes another pull. Like, why would you get induced here? Like, there's no point. Like, why would you trade a random trade in here? Just waiting. Okay. Nothing even break of structures. No here, no break of structure here. No break of structure here. So now we're entering our magic manipulation minutes. Awesome. Okay, so, oh, okay. So now we're having our first legit break of structure in here. There's no break of structure. There's no break of structure. There's no break of structure. Now we're having our first legit break of structure here. Happens, magic manipulation minutes. Could turn a let. Now again, we're turning price actually above equilibrium. Awesome. We're taking our extreme. And if it lines up magic manipulation minutes, that's a fucking buy. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. That's your market execution here, or whatever. Let's even work it like this. Why not? After the break of structure. So it should happen again. Another whip. Right? Makes sense? We don't mix it up here. Asia whipsaw. That's the Asia whipsaw target. Makes lows, lows, lows. We don't get induced until break of structure. Timing confirms the whole thing. Now we're getting a let. Okay. Right, so there you go. So now we're just channeling upwards. Awesome. You're not interested in that. Okay. What is going on here? What is going on here? Nothing exactly. Okay. So what is going on here now? Okay. That confirms the EDM. Nothing we would ever trade off. Just gives us confidence to hold the trade. This points in here. Get EDM. Nothing we would ever trade off. But gives us confirmation. Hit. To the tick. Makes new highs. Awesome. right? But technically, the Asia whip system, we could hold this longer for sure. We could technically hold this trade longer, just for an intraday target. This is done. Not a 1 to 10 in the books, right? But you know, still on a higher time frame, okay. Higher time frame is 5 minutes. Again, this is not. Again, this should go higher. But if you're not sure, just close the trades and wait for confirmations. So you're just waiting and waiting for example, something like here could turn EDMs, flats, whatever, switching the time frames. And there's your extreme here. If it's an EDM, yeah, could be technically continuation trade, taps into it, perfect. There's technically EDM trade in here. Awesome, continues higher. We switch to 5 minute. Perfect. What's going on here? Oh, creates a 5 minute EDM now. Hope everyone sees that from this stage, this point in here. At this point in here is already lower. So we're switching to the 1 minute again. Obviously, we can now take this EDM in here as well. Right? For the buy side, of course. Taps into it one more time, messes around, and tubes it. Okay, just trading in line with it. Extreme, EDM, 5 minute EDM. Tube. Continuing the cycle. Right? So guess what? Next timing we should watch out for is New York Open. So now what do we have? Build up. If you check the 1 minute. Building up equal highs. Channeling, making a build up. It's pretty much New York Open. So what is the next time zone we should be interested in anything is of course New York trap time. So we're still away from that. So what should logically happen next? If you're having a build up here, inducement into what? Into mitigation areas, right? Okay. Okay. Oh, so we're switching to the 1 minute. What do we have? This is our mitigation area, inducing Asia midline. So what do we do? It's the same cycle over again, guys. Same cycle all over again. Giving us no break of structure. Okay. Oh, there's the break of structure. So what do we do? There's your extreme. There's your buy. There's your mitigation of the buy into, of course, let's say we took it here. Stop goes above here. Very close though, but still held very nicely. So then what's the target for this one? Yesterday. Hi. Next liquidity zone, another 1 to 10. Shoops it. Did we make anything up here? Again, that's again the Asia whipsaw thing. Like, did we make any trade up here? Waiting for the break of structure, waiting for the time. Literally. Okay. Like, is there anything unclear? Like, seriously, please let me know. Is there anything unclear here? Because that's Mona Lisa shit. Like, that's how we have like a little, like a steering wheel, and we could like steer the market. I don't even know what the fuck noise that was. See, like, I don't even know anymore. To smash this madness off. So guess what? We still never went into this demand area, supply area, whatever the fuck it is, right? But guess what? Now it's the last day. It's Friday. It's NFP. NFP is so random. You cannot trade the news. Oh my god. NFP is so random. Whatever, right? So guess what we do? We do nothing until, as always, we have what the hell was that? So do nothing until, of course, Asia is closed. Okay, so if let's continue. Oh, makes even lower lows. Okay, so that's already like a interesting scenario in here, as we technically induced Asia with Asia itself. So that's kind of weird. So at this point, again, you do absolutely nothing. Right, you just wait what they're doing. Okay. So building channels. Like always, the first thing, an easy thing to do is always just wait for what? Wait for London to open until you get some more clarity. So you never had inducement to the left, no smart money traps, no nothing. So guess what is our first thing to do? We're aiming for the liquidity. That's the first thing we always do because again, there's no smart money trap, there's no nothing in the middle of the range, you're channeling downwards. You always need a liquidity grab or smart money before that. You never had that, you're just channeling downwards to guess what? Build up inducement into mitigation. If this is your inducement, I would not pick a random mitigation in here, right? So let's see what they do. Okay. Faking. And by the way, if you're getting trapped in this now, and let's say this is a mitigation, at some point you should be like, oh shit, let me actually get out of this trade. Oh, there you go. You see, like if they reaction once, twice, whatever, 15 times, and don't go in your direction, just close it up because they will go and induce. So they're building the equal lows, giving the 1, 2, 3 reactions, and then finally, choop, there's your build-up, that's your inducement, that's your bigger channel, that's your inducement, grabbing now liquidity. Awesome. Okay. So guess what? Now we can change it to the 1 minute. And what do we wait for? As always, mitigation of the inducement, of the timing, build up, channel, inducement to your left. Perfect. Waiting for breakup structures ideally. Never got it. Completely fine if it goes whatever. Oh, taps into it. There we go. It's the same shit all over again. Isn't it sometimes repetitive for you guys? It's the same shit all over again. Like, I don't even know. Like, it's the same fucking shit. Right? So you can't even make that up. Like, it's the same shit. You're just waiting for liquidity grab, waiting for the build-up, waiting for timing, equal lows, getting induced, waiting for breakup structure, mitigation, inducement, timing, blah, blah, blah. All right, so guess what the next thing is? 1 minute EDMs. All right, so that's our let in here. That's our mitigation of the inducement. Perfect. So guess what? That is already our let. good timing in here. Hope everyone sees that. Let. Tube. Sorry, not let, EDM, of course. Right? So again, technically, that's high, but if you really wanted to, you can take that. Okay. And of course, you aim for Asia high. Right? Perhaps even one more time into it. Messes around here. Okay. That was hard. Right? So guess what? Now NFP is right around the corner. What do we see? What do they show? What is going on? So we're having inducement of Asia. Awesome. What is our next liquidity zone? Yesterday's highs. Right. So what do we expect? Okay. Magic manipulation minutes. What is going on here? Okay, at this point, it's just a joke. Right, so they're making equal highs on yesterday's high. They're building the channel downwards. Right. Okay. Building equal lows, inducing it. Right. Okay, perfect. Giving false reaction. Awesome, nothing we would ever be a buy interested in, right? So you're waiting. Okay. So now we're switching it to the 1 minute. We're having our equal lows, higher time liquidity, having our buildups, right? So a question, what NFP, by the way, is here. That's NFP news release. So any ideas what these random news events we're gonna do? Like, we're building a channel downwards, we're having high liquidity upwards. Like, is there anything these random news would ever do? But let's see, maybe they make it even obvious. Okay, oh, okay, now it should be very obvious. No, okay, Okay, so make it very easy for you guys. So, channel downwards, high liquidity upwards, which is yesterday's highs. We're having our inducement candle right before the news. Right, so, but news are very random. So they don't make sense. And okay. I mean, don't trade news. Don't get me wrong. Don't trade news. But if you do, then trade it right. Okay. Is it that hard? Like seriously, would that be a surprise to anyone in here if that actually would happen? Like out of magic appearance. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Oh! Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god, that will reverse on me. Oh my god. Oh my god. It will stop me at a break even. Oh no. Oh no. That's a break even trade. Fine. So getting freaked out here? No. So we're checking. Our thing in here. Fine. So that's done. Fine. So we're done. Done and out. That trade is done. 1 to 10. Technically close enough, it will not reach it. That news is over. Okay. So you do the inducement. Right. So yeah, that was crazy. Crazy. Close enough. Let's actually check. Did anything wrong? Oh no, seems good. That was a surprise. Then again, you need to get out there. Right? So that was a huge surprise. So now of course they're messing around. So what do you do? We're just waiting for 1 minute break of structures. Right? And if you get any lets or whatever, you can take the sell. I think even a few people took the sell if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so you're waiting for new breaks here, whatever. There you go. Making a new low, building up the imbalance areas. Right. Okay. Taps into there. As you sell, where's the sell most likely going to happen? Inducing high, mitigating higher time frames. Right. And by the way, just for your interest, these trades in here, they're done. Right. Never forget about that. So that's done. If you just check if that hit TP or no. Oh, okay. Whoops. Oh, what a surprise. What a surprise. Oh, okay. What a surprise. Oh, it's only a 1 to 106. You barely even can see it. Let's see if that hit TP as well. Oh, okay. What a surprise. And that's only a 1 to 60. Oh, man. That was an unexpected event in here. Right? So, yeah, I mean, it's so random, man. Like, and of course, you're aiming for this, and then you're done. Done. Technically, if you're not done, what do you have? Asia midline. Right. Asia midline, of course, what do you expect? A mitigation of this demand or supply, whatever it is, taps into the waiting for what? Internal break of structures into the mitigation. That's your buy trade. And the week is over. Oh my god. Okay. Does anything not make sense? Not even NF fucking fee, huh? Like seriously, guys, look at that shit. What the fuck? That is like, what is it? It was something here surprising to anyone in here. What can I say? Like, what can I fucking say? 1 to 6, 1 whatever, 1 to 60, in between, multiple 1 to 10s, 1 to 20s. Like, what in the fuck? Not every single trade in here was made up. Everything was confirmed by either timing, structure, liquidity, the cycle. Like, what in the fuck, ladies and gentlemen? Like, what can we do? Can we possibly even make it up? Like, how?